Ladies and gentlemen, what up, what up, what up, what up? Please forgive us for not being in the building last week. We had some technical difficulties, so we had to cancel last week's show. So there's a couple of things from last week's show that we're going to have to revisit. But before I even get there, you already know I got to promote black-owned businesses. Listen. Jay Lorenzo and Roderick, your packages are going out tomorrow. All right? Y'all know what's in these packages, and I know they coming after Valentine's Day, so I hope you were able to keep it solid during Valentine's Day, but your redemption is in the mail. Listen, this is a good way to keep sending bread to Russell Harrison. Dr. Russell Harrison is the creator of the He Is Risen herbal organic ED pill. And as most of you guys know, Dr. Russell lost his home and his business in the Eaton fires, which even to this day is still shocking that the fire was allowed to come all the way into the city of Altadena. I can't stress this enough. I've never seen that. Like growing up as a kid in Altadena and Pasadena, we always had fires. I hate to sound like a broken record. We always had fires, and we were never worried about the fires coming into the city. But it's just absolutely crazy. So Dr. Russell lost his home, during the fires. And this is a good way to continue to support them, Dr. Russell and his nephew, Alan. They've created a special blend of ED herbs called He Is Risen. I package them up, I ship them out, and listen, I just got another bag full of green pills. So if you want yours to be shipped out tomorrow, all you got to do is go to my website, MrZoWhat.com, and order your He Is Risen. Again, I don't have a whole crap ton, but I do have another re-up. I think I got about 35, 40 bottles. Let's get everybody to support that and, just buy them all. So let's buy them all out. Also, Total Package Energy. Total Package Energy. Again, another black-owned business that I have been supporting for quite some time now, going on 9 some odd years. Please continue to support this black-owned business. Please continue to keep this business in business. It's very important that we do that because we want to see this business win. I want to see this business win. And I have to be honest with you guys. You guys have kept this business in business for over 9 years now. Right? For over 9 years. You guys have kept Total Package Energy in business. And that's a big deal. Do you understand? That is a big, big, huge deal. All right. Also, I just created a goal for our page. We have been gone for a couple of weeks, so the ZoWhat Show has had a very slow February. If you can participate in our goal, I set the goal for 50 super chats. We got 94 people in here. If we could get everybody to drop a 5 spot, we'll hit our mark. Not 50, 30 super chats. So it's 95 people in here, and I'm asking 30 of you guys to drop $5 on our super chat. The super chat is the $ down at the bottom of the chat. It's a little $. You click on it, you give us $5 just to show us love for the show, for the content. And we shout you out. We shout out your city. We send you love. The moderators in there will do that as well. And I will shout you out once your super chat has been brought to my attention. But we have an hour to get to 30 super chats. And we're only asking for $5. Or you could go to my Cash App. Send it directly to my Cash App. $ZoWhat Netter. So Total Package Energy. Legacy business for the ZoWhat Morning Show. And of course, Russell Herbal's specialized He Is Risen, which was created by them, Dr. Russell and his nephew, exclusively for the ZoWhat Morning Show. And we've been selling it for a couple of years now, and the response has been through the roof. People have been going crazy over He Is Risen. So go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. Support. This is a good way to continue to support Russell Herbals as well as his nephew, Alan. Please keep supporting. Now, let's get to a couple of things. All right, last week we missed the Super Bowl, so I'm going to give you my Super Bowl breakdown. Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people have been talking crap about Kendrick. It was boring. It didn't have any energy. It didn't. I've been saying for a long time, intelligence in America is not widely received. And then you get people who think they're smart. Oh, you think calling us dumb because we just didn't like it. That don't make us dumb because we didn't like. You have to understand the nature and the impetus of entertainment. Entertainment equals entrainment. Entrainment is about being in a trance. Being in a trance is about being distracted from what you need to be focused on. This is why high-level quality music for centuries was only enjoyed by the elite. The least selling form of music is jazz. Why? Because it's the most complicated. Average motherfuckers don't understand it. Did you hear the chord progression? Did you hear the sharp E? Then he went over to a G and then a G flat. They're like, people don't understand that. And first off, please understand, when you live in an ignorant society, there is a natural defensiveness in the presence of high art and intellect. There's a high defensiveness because there's an insecurity. Internally, you know, damn, I don't understand. That's too smart for me. So there's a insecurity there, right? When you live in a society that it bases everything on what you have, then that is the proverbial smoking gun or the equalizer. Like, I may not be rich, or I may not be smart, but I'm rich. So money becomes the equalizer. This is why, I mean, look at what they try to do to Floyd Mayweather. Oh, he can't read. He dumb. But what was his ultimate equalizer? I'm rich. Do you see what I'm saying? Money became the equalizer to intellect. And this is no disrespect to Floyd. I'm just saying that was the narrative that was pushed against Floyd to try to diminish what he did in boxing. And Floyd's ultimate get back was, and I'm richer than you. Do you see what I'm saying? I might not be able to read, but I'm richer than you. Do you see? This is the society in which we live. So you get people like Cameron and Mace, oh, it lacked energy, because you're looking at it from an entertainer's perspective and not an artist perspective. And you have to realize when you're diminishing that guy, you are Steven in Django, because he decided to take an artistic moment, right? And said, you know what? I'm going to be revolutionary. Whereas most blacks would be in line. They would capitulate to the status quo of what the Super Bowl means. The Super Bowl is the largest platform. Play your hits. And that's what they were mimicking. This speaks to the brilliance of bringing in Samuel Jackson as not only Steven from Django, but you heard a lot of pundits trying to be deep, calling Samuel Jackson Uncle Sam or Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was the hero. It's Sambo. Steven from Django is Sambo. And most of the coons who capitulate to the powers that be, to the white infrastructure, are Sambos. Do you see? So here they are. It lacked energy. That's because you don't have the artistic acumen to understand what he was presenting. You can say you do after watching people's video where they break it down. But the reality of it is, I've been in hip hop for a long time. And every time there's a battle, it's against a superstar and a lyricist. It's against a superstar and a damn artist. Okay? Mo D, LL is a superstar. It's over. He's a superstar. Mo D's an artist. He's a lyricist. Back when, you couldn't sell out back in those days. It was, you got to be original. You can't bite. You gotta have your own style. You ain't no such thing as having a ghostwriter and still be considered a lyricist or a rapper. None of that. There was none of that back in those days. Okay? But there was Mo DL. It's always an MC versus this conglomerate, this superstar, the one that the industry chose. L was chosen by the industry. And it bothers me that L has kind of revisionist history right now. Where he forgets like he's the lyrical version of Run. But the lyrics come from Mo D. The styling, the phrasing. Mo D, Tila Rock. Tila Rock is the brother of Special K. Special K was in the group with Kool Mo D, the Treacherous Three. He'll mention the Cold Crush Brothers and everybody else, but he won't mention the people that he patterned himself after. So I feel like that's kind of goofy. But it's always an artist versus the star. Jay-Z thought, because I'm so big and I'm so dope and I'm the most commercially viable and every summer is a hot summer because of me, I can go after Nas. And again, battle makes you listen differently. You can't, when people are battling, and Mo D is the creator of battle, he was the first one to say, look at your shoes, nigga. What are those? He was the first one to point out your lopsided collar. He was the first one to say you stole your name from somebody. Check. He was the first one to say you stole your style from someone. He was the first one to dish you and your rhymes. Do you understand? So all this shit comes from Modi. But if you look at the history of it, it's always a lyricist versus a star. Always. After Mo and L, Jay and Nas. All right? Jay and Nas. I guess I'm just finna diss Nas because I'm the biggest nigga in the world and it won't matter. Wrong. Ether. Well, I had the best record. And see, and now what you're starting to see is the entertainment business feeds into the narcissism of American culture. Because now you see Drake not being able to take an L. Not only am I going to sue you for dissing me, I'm finna put out a love album that's supposed to be a collab. I'm 80% of the collab. And I'm going to use this opportunity to try to diss some more. I'm suing you for dissing me, but I'm finna use a love record to diss you some more. First off, somebody said LL and Cannabis. Absolutely. Cannabis is the lyricist, the young guy, the young artist just coming up. L is the superstar. But do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, what was the point I was saying something.
People didn't get the halftime show. Man.
They didn't get the halftime show. It was an artistic piece.
Very disappointing, man. Like, you know.
He was trying to give you an example of act right, nigga. Capitulate, nigga. This is the biggest stage in the world, nigga. Act right. And he had Uncle Sam as Samuel L. Jackson reprising his role as Steven from Django. Who that nigga up on that nag? That's the only thing he didn't say.
Right, right.
All the symbolism. America divided. You had the black bodies dividing the American flag. You had red and blue, blood and crip, Democrat, Republican. You had the damn, the stage he was on was a video game.
Video game. Well,
PlayStation. And then it turned into the prison yard.
Yeah, the prison yard, man. I'm like, oh, this dude's crazy, man.
Then Drake drops an album and doubles down on the fuck shit, which takes us back to Euphoria. Mm-hmm. You make records that pacify them. No. This motherfucker finna diss artistry and intellect in the record. Drake says in Give Me a Hug, the motherfucker literally says, what's she gonna do? Be twerking with a dictionary? An blatant attack on intellectualism. We live in an anti-intellectual culture. This motherfucker ain't part of the culture, got exposed, and then came back and doubled down on the fuck shit he been on. First off, the homie Tariq Nasheed done already explained the goofiness in a lot of niggas that be on that Give Me a Hug shit.
Yeah, that's the weirdest. That's all.
You gonna do a record called Give Me a Hug?
Give Me a Hug, yo. And man,
it be the goofy niggas that be, Give me a hug.
Where my hug at? Where my hug at?
Tariq perfectly broke this down months ago. A year ago, 2 years ago. Give me a hug.
Yeah, that's some weirdo.
To me, the boy culturally tone deaf.
Yeah.
But to me, this reflects narcissism. Because you don't know how to take an L. Once you take an L, you fall back for a little while, you give your shit space, then you come back with the shit you were always good at.
Nah, we saw the crash out coming early though. Like when he had the barrettes and the grills in, and like women were trying to tell him like, yo, we don't even think that's cute, but like, you know, you Drake.
Come on, man. Like,
nah, we saw the crash out coming.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what you own? So Not only are you gonna listen to Drake, or you gonna listen to Kendrick. Kendrick said, "Hey man, I like Drake with the melodies. You didn't even do a good job with that on this. Something sexy for you." So you could see narcissistic meltdown, narcissistic collapse. I can't take an L. Yes, you can. Real men take L's and find a way to get off the canvas and keep pushing. You're not a real man if you can't take an L. So this is what's happening, right? Then he does a Spanish song. So Kendrick found the mariachi, put her on Whacked Out Murals, put her on Gloria, put her on all these records. Three or four records on the GNX album. Yeah. And now you finna do some Spanish? Come on, man. Then the story circulating around. You stole the concept from another guy called Freddie Gibbs.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Like,
this has been in his repertoire for at least the last 10 years of his career. We've seen him snatched from other artists.
Come on, man.
You know, so it's
nigga, you almost 40.
Man.
So then here's the realization from the business side. After 100 records, my homeboy Chase told me this. He was like, after 100 records from any given artist, you're kind of cool on them. Mm-hmm. Because if they about their creative shit, they done showed you every angle they got.
Right.
What wrinkle did Drake show us? Other than you might be a government plant. Why? Because there's always the opposition to the high-level creativity that organically manifests itself in the space.
Well, to that point, you have Drake from Canada. You also got Tory Lanez that's from Canada. Tory Lanez has broken up, I believe, 1 billion records while in jail, still putting out music, and, you know, everyone's gravitating to it. So...
Can I get everybody, listen, it's 248 people in here. We're trying to get 30 super chats. We got 2 super chats. It's too many people in here for you guys not to support. Please support the channel. Hit the little $sign down at the bottom of the chat, or you can go directly to my Cash App. My Cash App is $ZoWhat Netter. Please continue to support. Please continue to support. Please continue to support. Also, Kendrick actually did the They Not Like Us record. He didn't say the PDF word, but he did say the A minor piece. Very interesting halftime show, very creative. I put it in the top 3 of all time. People said he didn't do his hits. That wasn't the point. That's why when he finally got to All the Stars and those records with SZA, that's the reason why you heard Samuel L. Jackson say, "That's right, that's what America wants. Calm, don't bring no drama." Or when he started off with Squabble Up and the other record, it was like, no.
Yeah,
that's too ghetto.
Yeah.
Do you see? He was making a point. Nigga, if your discography can't make a point other than money, clothes, and hoes, you're part of the problem. Right. Thank you, Frizza. You part of the problem. And this goes out to Cameron and Mace. How was I inspired by your discography? In any way, shape, or form, other than hating on other niggas, competing with other niggas, fucking bitches, how was your discography inspiring to Black America? Could your discography have contributed to the out-of-pocket statements by Geraldo Rivera? Geraldo Rivera said hip hop and its content is more dangerous and devastating to black Americans than racism.
Deep right there.
That's what Geraldo said. Now, I don't believe Geraldo's assertion, but you give Geraldo the leeway to say some fuck shit like that because of your content. You got an MC in Kendrick who's a generational talent, and a lot of y'all niggas is still haters. Yeah. He's a generational talent. Oh, I don't like his cadence. I don't like the way he changes his voice. I don't like all the fuck shit. What you're really saying is, I don't like it's him and not me. That's really what you're saying. When you look at that damn album, the damn album is a double album as a single album.
This is so hard, dog.
Which is why he won it. The damn album is from, what is it say? That first, the piece in the beginning. Something he says, weakness. Is it wholeness or weakness? Or that very first statement. Either way, he's breaking down the duality of life. And if you listen to it from the start to the end, it goes from darkness or it goes from wholeness or whatever that initial term was to weakness. And weakness is surrender. This is by the time he gets to the end, you get to the record, this is what God feel like, and all those other records. Do you understand? He shows duality of life. But if you listen to the shit in reverse order, from the end of the record back to the beginning, it's I could have wound up a shooter because of what didn't or could have happened to my dad when homeboy from TDE showed up at the KFC. What if he would have killed my dad? That would have sent me on another. It is a single album that is a double album, depending on the sequence you listen. Give this nigga a Pulitzer. What the fuck? Wickedness. Yes. Wickedness. Is it wickedness or is it weakness? So the album starts at wickedness, and he's going back and forth talking about what's in his DNA, the DNA record. It's got 23 things listed in his DNA. Well, there's 23 chromosomes in everybody.
Come on, man. You ain't playing. Oh, yeah.
This, yo, you know what I'm saying, son? You know, first off, you know what I'm saying, all the motherfucking metaphors and, you know what I'm saying, double entendres and shit, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to motherfucking listen to no Rubik's Cube, son. I'm trying to understand, you know, this nigga said, I'm trying to get the party lit. After Kendrick does the record, Watch the Party Die.
Right.
If this nigga ain't the devil, listen, I was a part of hip hop and I saw the transition from the leather black medallions. I was there. Native Tongues, BDP, Boogie Down Production, X-Clan, Public Enemy. I was there and I saw the thematic shift from empowerment. Black is black, all in, we're gonna win, check it out. Yeah, y'all, come on, here we go again. I was there. Hip hop was conscious. Then, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Ain't no fun, let the homie can. Yeah, man.
So, top 3 Super Bowl performance all time. This was an art piece. You can't front like you into Basquiat and then not understand what the fuck Kendrick did. See, we got goofy niggas that'll buy Basquiat because Basquiat is like Nike. It's like a Jordan. It's a brand. I don't understand the piece, but I bought it because I know you think it's something. That's the reason why niggas wear Fendi or Prada or Louis Vuitton. That's why they do that. Intellect is not accepted. Art is not accepted. You got to remember, if you look at white aristocracy, they sponsored the lives of artists. Why? Because it gave their lives meaning. It gave their lives meaning. This is why white people revered Miles Davis as a god. Miles Davis walked his ass into the fucking White House, cussing white people out. He got Cicely Tyson with him.
Oh, shit.
Shut up, bitch. I ain't acting no kind of way for these motherfuckers.
Right.
But you're in the White House, Miles. Fuck them. And you know what? They show up and be genuflecting. Oh, Miles, and kind of blue. Because it brought meaning. You can conquer the world all day. You can accumulate all the wealth that the world has to offer. You can accumulate everything. If you don't have meaning, you are a miserable motherfucker. So they will tolerate an asshole. Do you know Miles was an asshole? Prince was an asshole. Michael Jackson was these assholes. And they get to be that way because they're bringing meaning to a motherfucker's life. So then when I bring up Krishnamurti, and Krishnamurti says all of you are broken and empty and abjectly lonely. All of you are abjectly lonely, thriving for someone else to make you mean or feel like you mean something. This ain't new. Kendrick Lamar is a transcendent talent, and we really shouldn't be having a conversation about him and Drake. And after this album that Drake just dropped, we should all really withdraw. Niggas is still bigging Drake up, and I'm not, listen, I'm not a hater. I was hoping that there would be some self-reflection on Drake's album, because that would let me know he's a fucking human being.
Right.
Wow, I bit off more than I could chew. Wow, I underestimated the brother. Wow, the brother is doper than I thought he was. Wow, no! I'm here to get the party lit. What you about to do with it, nigga? You gonna have bitches twerking with a dictionary? This nigga doubled down on the fuck shit he's on. People have been saying, this is your 4th or 5th whack album, nigga. You ain't had a dope one since 2018. You almost 40. And you still talking about the club. I can't get married, nigga, because my itinerary is full. This is what the man is... This is what the man is saying, y'all. And then got the nerve to compare himself to Michael Jackson. One thing about Michael Jackson was about meaning. Michael Jackson is more like Kendrick than he's like Drake. And I'm going to tell you how. Michael Jackson, like Kendrick, has been able to walk the fucking fine line. You know what the fine line is? Commercial viability and artistic merit. Drake, you haven't tapped into artistic merit. You got commercial viability down. But you haven't tapped into artistic merit. And Mike was able to do that just like Kendrick, which is why he has an All the Stars record with SZA, which is why he was able to do some of his hits. And people complain, I would have did this, I would have came out the TV off, and I would, no, but did you understand TV off had to be the end of the performance? Because that is when you turn off the video game, where in the crowd it said game over. You wasn't putting it together because you're dumb. We live in a dumbass society. That's why TV Off was the last song on the set and not the beginning. I would have started with the Mustard record. Mustard! Because you're not a conceptual thinker. You haven't won a Pulitzer Prize. Somebody said he gonna double down on you, Zo. I'm not nobody to double down on, so whoever your goofy ass is, what the fuck? This is just my opinion. Niggas is weird. Ain't no boogeyman in my life. The fuck? He gonna double down on you, Zo. Mentioning me would just bring me light. Why would he do that? Oh, because you would do that, sensitive motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry. Yo, we got 7 out of 30. We have less than an hour. We have 27 minutes. Listen, it's only 27 minutes. Let's get this this goal met. I'm asking that 30 people support the super chat. It's 338 people in here. Can we get you guys to hit the super chat? We got 7 out of 30 requested. All right, so we need 23 more people to go to the super chat down at the bottom of the channel and support. The super chat is the little $sign. All right, it wasn't that deep. How y'all doing? He said you read it wrong. I probably did read it wrong. You know I be popping into the motherfucking chat sideways. Read it right for me.
He said, "Oh, okay, I did see. All right." He said, he gonna double down anyway. We already know Trey gonna do that." He said,
he ain't
"Come
gonna
on,
double down on me though." Yeah. You did write that now.
Shout out to Nope 4445. You know what I'm saying? That's hilarious.
He did kind of read it wrong. It's natural. I could read some shit wrong. My bad. Nope. But you did say he was going to double down on me. Did I read that wrong? The motherfucker did say that. Use a comma or ellipsis or something, my nigga.
They going by fast, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you need the right punch.
Now, I'm going to say this, man, and y'all know me. Y'all know how I get down. I'm going to say this, I'm going to be honest. HMP, thank you for the super chat. That's your first super chat ever. We appreciate this. I'm going to say this, and y'all know I don't say this lightly. I believe that Kendrick Lamar is the greatest MC of all time.
That's a big statement, man.
That's major coming from me.
That's a big ass statement.
Coming from me, that's major. And listen, I come from the Nas, KRS, Rakim, Mo D, Melly. To me, Kendrick Lamar is the greatest MC of all times. I've seen enough. The lyrical prowess, the artistic prowess, the blending between meaning, right, and commercialism. They say, you tripping, so no, I'm not. No, he's transcended everybody's shit. 22 Grammys. First and foremost, Michael Jackson and Prince were both nominated for 38 Grammys. Michael is 13 of 38. Prince is 7 of 38. Now, that's a lot of motherfuckers with Grammys that I feel like the Grammys just changed to accommodate certain motherfuckers.
For sure.
Even though they still racist, right? I feel like, listen, in 1979, Mike drops Off the Wall. Off the Wall is the biggest album in the world. Think about it. In 79, the bitch sold 14 million copies. The shit was motherfucking 14 times platinum. That don't even make sense if you just counting. That's what the fuck? If you just counting, nigga, that's 14 times platinum in 79. So on some racist shit, they said, you know what? You not winning album of the year. You not winning album of the year. We don't give a fuck if you saved anything, nigga. You're going to win R&B album of the year for black people. When I first got a job, a major A&R gig. Now, I had the A&R gig with Loud Records. That was my introduction. When I first got the major one, I'm working for Madonna. I'm working for Michael Jackson's manager, Madonna's manager, Lionel Richie's manager, Macy Gray's manager. When I first get the job, day one, I'm walking through the halls, and they go, oh, there go the black A&R. Oh, we got a package for you. This is for black people. Here, he's the black A&R. Racism running rampant. They don't even know to keep it in. There go the black A&R. This package is for you. What? I mean, I'm a black man, and I'm over the black music department. Yeah. I get it, but do you have to address me as such?
You'll know when
there go the black A&R. Here go. Hey, this package is for you. This is for the black A&R. What the fuck? They said, Mike, here you go, my nigga. Album of the year for black people. R&B album of the year. Did he get album of the year? Because you know the Grammys are weighted, right? Mm-hmm. Album of the year, song of the year. You see what I'm saying? They gave him R&B album of the year. Mike was pissed. So you know what Mike says? Okay, fuck y'all. Y'all not gonna acknowledge? Y'all not gonna acknowledge? Okay, I'm finna go back into the studio and make an album that's so motherfucking ridiculous that you can't deny it. It's Thriller. So Thriller comes along, and now white people against the wall. Ain't shit you can do now.
You can't say nothing.
Okay. That's how Mike. Do you know how Mike became the king of pop? 87. So we know Thriller might get 8 Grammys in one night. Ain't no denying.
You can't do nothing with it.
The shit is at 57 million or some shit at that time. Fuck it. Here,
no
streams.
Nigga. This is actual.
These are actual physical copies. It's like 37 million or some shit. God, we got to give them all of that shit. Here, give it all to you. Okay. Mike don't drop an album for 5 years. Thriller comes out in 82. Mike don't come back till 87. He come back in 87. He does bad.
Yeah. Dang. I know it was the 5
now,
year gap.
statistically, Bad got more number ones than Thriller.
Mm-hmm. Nah, we learned from last time.
And back in Mike's day, when that motherfucker came out, the whole system shut the fuck down. Niggas, okay, never mind. This nigga coming out this week? All right, never mind. It'd be 600 albums. Say, nah, nigga, we gonna wait.
Nah.
We gonna push our shit back 4 months. We gonna wait until we gotta ride the wave right now. We can't come out right now. This nigga is finna dominate everything. Yeah. So Mike drops, shit go crazy. And let me tell you how big Thriller or Bad was. Bad is so motherfucking big that it drowns out a better album. You know who had a better album in the same year?
What, Prince?
Prince. Nigga, Prince drops in 87, same year. Prince drops the double album, right? Sign of the Times.
Oh, man.
It's got Sign of the Times. It's got Ballad of Dorothy Parker. It's got Adore. It's got Housequake. It's got Strange Relationships. Nigga, the Prince, that was the greatest Prince album of all time. Nigga, debate me.
Right now.
Debate me. It's the greatest Prince album of all fucking time. It's got You Got the Look. It's got so many hits on that album. You could put Sign of the Times up against Man in the Mirror. That Prince album is crazy. It's bananas.
Okay.
Mike blew that shit out the water.
Dang.
By the time we get to the Grammys, Bad is already at 22 million times. 22. It's 22 times platinum already by the time you get to February. Mike mad because Mike said to himself, fuck that. This shit got to go 100 million or it's a flop. Quincy is mad at Mike going, nigga, is you stupid?
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck? 22 million? This is how the King of Pop comes into existence. First off, they pimping Mike. They got Mike and Prince at the motherfucking Grammys. Mm-hmm. Mike is scheduled to perform. Mike get up there and do The Way You Make Me Feel. The slow, chopped, screwed version. Everybody like, oh, this nigga come out, this nigga. You talk about aura, this nigga come in like, yo, what the fuck?
Hitting different harmonies like he ain't never heard before.
Nigga
like,
killed the whole shit.
Yeah.
Then he jumped right into Man in the Mirror.
Oh, man.
And go all the way to church. Bring out the choir. Go to church on these niggas. Everybody is standing ovation. Niggas standing in there like, what the fuck? Prince is even on his feet like,
yeah, I got
this nigga went off, right? Everybody going crazy. So Mike is standing backstage after that crazy performance, waiting to get his Album of the Year award. Do you know this motherfucker lost every nomination that year? Now, I want you to put it in context.
Oh, man.
We got the Smooth Criminal video that year where he debuted Lean.
Man, the front
He
lean.
put the lean on niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy, motherfucking Paula Abdul won the Grammy for video audio. With a cartoon cat, opposites attract, nigga won the video.
Yeah, nah.
That's you can Google the shit on YouTube right now. Mike in the audience like,
What?
what the fuck? So you know what Mike said? This is the birth of the King of Pop. This is what Mike said. Mike said, guess what? You ain't gonna never pimp my image or my aura again. You ain't gonna never do it. If you invite me to some shit and I decide to come, you gotta create an award. Some kind of award. It got to be a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's got to be some kind of award to acknowledge my shit. Because you not finna be the sole judge of my artistry. Nigga, how the fuck Kanye and Jay-Z got more motherfucking goddamn Grammys than Michael Jackson and Prince put together?
That's crazy.
The system is rigged. Do you understand what I'm saying? The system is rigged. So now, when I see somebody like Kendrick reminds me, in my opinion, of, because when I start naming these other artists like Miles Davis, Miles didn't get as many Grammys as he probably should have. Mm-hmm. Because you got to remember, the Grammys are about art. Right? This is the music. This is art. Well, if it's about art, you acknowledge the art. Prince should have had a shit ton more Grammys. Right. Stevie Wonder should have had a shit ton more Grammys. So when I'm looking at somebody like Kendrick, I'm saying, are they fucking getting it right?
Finally. You know.
Finally?
Yeah.
Because when I look at Jay-Z's body of work, I'm not blown away artistically.
No.
So you're giving Jay-Z Grammys because of what? Because of commercial success. Mm-hmm. But then when we flip back and we look at somebody like Andre 3000, who has 9 Grammys, you're giving Andre acknowledgement because of artistic creativity.
Right.
And even Kanye to some degree. Mm-hmm. Right? When they look at Kanye's early work, College Dropout and all of that kind of, you see what I'm saying? They're giving them that. So my thing is, okay, you can argue that Kendrick deserves the 22 Grammys that he's received because his artistic prowess is so high.
Right.
But again, he reminds me of Michael Jackson in the sense that he can blend the artistic prowess with the commercial viability. Mm-hmm. That's what Drake is lacking.
Right.
And I suggest, Drake, if you come with a transparent and an openly honest album that reveals your flaws, because that's all Kendrick has been doing this whole fucking time. If you could say, man, I learned from this made me better. You got to be like Canelo Alvarez after he got his ass whooped by Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. Canelo understood. Oh, shit, I'm in here with a master. Got his ass beat, and he learned from the master. Mm-hmm. So every fight after that, Canelo looked great because that ass beating taught him everything he needed to know about what the fuck he got wrong.
Yeah.
But he's such a narcissist. And I'm saying a lot of brothers in our day and age today are narcissists. You could see it. Niggas can't take L's. You don't have to go far to find it. Just go online. You'll see.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to take an L.
He needs to get back with Quentin Miller, or in Daylight. You know what I'm saying? Quit playing around. Just get back with them writers, bro. Trying to do your own shit now.
Daylight is cool with Kendrick, right?
He cool with Kendrick, but he used
Daylight
to.
is L.A., right?
L.A.
Well, guess what?
He fucked that up.
You fucked that up. You drew a line in the sand talking shit. Mm-hmm. Talking about who bang a set. Nigga, you from Canada, cuz.
Yeah.
The whole conversation about who banging a set, you shouldn't even come out your motherfucking mouth. Lil Wayne told you. Lil Wayne said, hey, man, don't do none of this gangster shit now. Don't. Stay on the mumbling, nigga. The singing and you know. I'm on one. Fuck it, I'm on one. Starting from the bottom now. Hey, stay in that lane.
You know what? After the whole Meek Mill situation, he thought he was on top of the world, like, you know.
Hey, Hey, Lloyd, thank you, brother. Thank you, Lloyd. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you guys for hitting this super chat. We got 12. We got 9 minutes left. We got 12 out of 30. I asked 30 people to show up. We got like 400 people in here right now. We only got 12 people to show up. Can you guys hit that fucking super chat down at the bottom of the chat, okay? Down at the bottom of the chat. Hit the $ and drop $5 if you can. Or go to my Cash App, $ZoWhatNetter. Moderators, can you put my Cash App in the chat? All right, I'm going to move on. Did you get that video for me?
Yes, sir.
So really quickly, I want to shout out a couple of things. First off, me and Ray Grady, we're doing a comedic relationship roundtable live at the Miracle Theater in Inglewood, California, May 31st, 2025. This is going to be, what is that, a Labor Day weekend? Mm-hmm. This going to be fly as hell. We're going to be at the Miracle Theater in downtown Inglewood, me and Ray Grady. I'm going to have clinicians. Just think, what is that, tonight's conversation? We're going to have clinicians and comics, and this shit about to be crazy as fuck. Yeah. And it's going to be at the Miracle Theater, May 31st. It's going to be fire. Hey, TC Brook, thank you. Thank you. It's going to be fire as fuck. We got a flyer come. If there's anybody who does flyers, y'all hit me up because I need a flyer done. I got pictures and copy. Hook me up. I want to post this up. Hey, Sessa in the city, I see y'all. Me and Ray Grady in Inglewood, California. Mm-hmm. All of y'all should show up, man. We got 14 out of 30. Let's keep going. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. All right? Me and Ray Grady. Also, man, can I tell y'all how proud I am of my oldest son? My kids make me proud, man. My daughter is a fucking genius. My oldest son, Nu, is a pro ball player in Turkey, acting a complete fool. My youngest son is a rapper. I'm coaching him, and it's like me and my youngest son are having like therapy sessions together, and he's using that to write his rhymes. Man, I'm just proud of my 3 Sagittariuses. Listen, man.
They all Sagittarius?
Years ago, I had a choice where I could have went with this woman, you know, and this was a great love of my life. I could have went with this woman, or I could have stayed tethered and connected to my kids who at that time were young, you know. And I'm just so glad that I stayed tethered. You know, because you meet somebody that you perceive to be the love of your life, or somebody that is so meaningful, and then they put this ultimatum on you, like, you either get with me, or, you know, you move in with me, you stay with me, you do as I need you to do, or it's over. And in that moment, man, I had to choose my kids. And I look back and I see how they've matured, and I knew then. I said, man, if I'm not here like I've been since they were born, I was like, this is the middle of their process. Mm-hmm. I might irrevocably damage them and fuck them up for something selfish, because it's about me. Like, oh, I met this person is special, I want to give myself to this person. But then I thought to myself, I can't do both. Especially during the time where you making an ultimatum. And then when I look back, I go, man, look at my guys. They're all shining, and I matter to them. They know, like, this nigga poured into us. This nigga was there. all day, flawed and all, good, bad, ugly.
Right.
This nigga was there. And if anybody fucking crossed us in any kind of way during this nigga's watch, whether it was at school, whether it don't matter, whether it was at the crib, if anybody crossed us, this nigga was there. So, yeah, we got 4 minutes left on this drive. 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Everybody, please hit the $sign or go to my Cash App, $ZoWhat Netter. Support. I would really appreciate you guys. But I'm just proud. Look at this. I want you guys to see this clip that's going viral everywhere. This is my oldest son, New Williams. And you know what's crazy? Some nigga posted and said, this nigga named New. Like trying to be funny. Yeah. Nigga, I'm his dad, nigga. I jumped in the fucking chat and I was like, I said, those are his initials, yeah, Goofy. NEW equals his initials. And then the guy hit me back and was like, oh, I really feel stupid now. I was like, good, bitch ass nigga. It's always a nigga that got some shit to say about another nigga. I'm so sick of hating ass niggas. Boy, I can't wait till God stripped them niggas of everything they got, because it's coming. Go ahead.
Williams certified killer. If you ain't hip, tap in right now. 6'1" guard out of Fresno State. Bro, bag is crazy. Bro, really get active. Let's get right to it. Everybody out the way. Hey! Be a fool to jump with New Williams. The handle, it get crazy on this island too. King in the air, take the contact. Crazy finish. Coming downhill, sham God just cuz. Really get like that too. Bro is not regular. Mind you, he's a lefty too. Get downhill, spin move. Where's he going? Nothing over there. Boy, New bag is something serious. He can rap snatch, step back midi. Dude couldn't even contest. One-on-one, New get you on that island. There's nothing you can do. Set him up for the pull-up tray ball. Get it out the net. Got a little Brandon Jennings in him. I'm telling you, this is not what you want. Step back 3-ball. Get out the net. Crazy work out there. It's real bag work too. Behind the back into the step back gather 3-ball. Get out the net. Stop fucking playing with that boy. Hold on, chicken wrap. It's not this what you want, brother. Me 3. Get out the net. Second leading scorer in the league, bro. Something serious. Shit right here would have pissed me off. I don't make no sense. I'm not fazed by that double at all. Looks like 2 fucking cones to me. 3-ball. Take that with you. 2 of you. They ain't got no answers for this shit. Pump fake, we got a bird. Excuse me. Hey! Well, we play both ends. Don't worry about nothing. It's a bad pass. I need those. Call this a scoopy score. Now we on that rim. Hey! How fast we go from defense to offense. Capital One, what's in your wallet? I need all that. You know what time it is. You better give up on the play. Hey! Fuck you thought this was. Lazy ass pass. I need that too. You better think twice about jumping. This is not what you want. You get the steal. We pushing in transition. You already know what to do. Just throw that shit to the sky. Hey! New Williams on the fast break is showtime. Throw it up. Hey! Chin ups on these little niggas, man. And he only 6'1". Let's get back to this island work. Everybody out the way. The bump hit the tough fadeaway floater. It's my foul, ref. Hold on. Boy thought he had an easy left. Give me that shit. Ain't no fucking easy left. Crazy, man. Up in that bag, it's really different. Look at this shit. Got the prime Harden size up. Boys ain't got no chance. Get out the net. Really out there playing around with him too. Dude twice his size getting faded. Absolutely no reason. This one even sicker. He ain't even on balance on this one. Bill bucket. Handle crazy, stupid bounce. He pulling from anywhere. Try to keep him on the right. He said, cool, sidestep 3-ball. Go ahead, get it out the net. Position is super light. Windmill. Easy. To be honest with you right now, that man looks scared to play defense. Excuse me, little bro. Hey! Ain't want no parts of that. I ain't gonna lie. It was all bad for these guys in white. No moves. Just play straight through that guy. Somebody help his ass up. It's really easy. Watch how he manipulate this dude off the pick. Bend him the other way. Now the big is cooked. Get it out the net. So you got real bounce where you and the defender lock eyes and he make a life decision to let you have a smart man right there. You gotta live to fight another day. He real life punishing shit at that rim. You know them FIBA rules a little different. Put your ass in that rim. And just so y'all understand how bouncy New Williams is, this man jumped over 5 human beings. I'm gonna repeat, he is only 6'1". Count him up, that's 5 people. And he comes windmill arm in the rim. New Williams really one of them ones.
Bobby didn't show New none of those moves. Somebody said, be honest, how many of those moves did Bobby show?
Bobby Glanton.
Bobby Glanton. Let me just say this, man. I love Bobby Glanton Smith like a real uncle, man. Like, he is a real uncle. Bobby poured into my son. You know, Bobby introduced my son to legends. Jim Brown, Jerry West, You know, and Bobby had nothing but positive, encouraging, uplifting, and inspirational words for my son. So we have nothing but the utmost respect for Uncle Bobby, for sure. Real quick, back to Kendrick for 1 second. I love Kendrick's work because I believe that he shows his vulnerability. He shows his mortality. He shows the duality of his nature, what he wants to do in terms of what he aspires to be. But he's also grounded and rooted in the understanding that he has a long way to go. And if anybody has been following the voice of reason, I have tried to put that out there as well. You know, I let people know off rip, I am not perfect. Do not pedestalize me. Yes, I can speak. Yes, I can, you know, verbalize things really well. And maybe I speak so well that I put into words what you've always thought. But that is no reason you should put me above you. And that's why I relate to Kendrick's work so much. He reveals his humanity in his work. You know, so, and I love that, you know. I always say to anybody that is considered a teacher, a leader, a guru, a guide, lead with your flaws. Lead with what you have conquered within yourself. Lead with what you are working to conquer within yourself. If you can't do that, you can't be trusted, in my opinion. In my opinion. If you can't do that, you can't be trusted. You have to lead with some self-wins. This is what I was able to get over. Listen, man, you guys are watching Zoe Williams. He's a work in progress this whole time. It don't take a genius to know that I struggle with anger issues. Always have. Been through a lot. Surprised that I made it this far. But you got to lead with that. You got to lead with self-vulnerability. You can't make vulnerability a demand for others and not for yourself. You got to lead with self-vulnerability. And that's what makes Kendrick's work so powerful, so meaningful, in my opinion. And I'm just happy that you know, that he's getting his flowers right now. I'm just happy. I hope he continues to do it. I know he's the type of person that's going to take some time off, disappear for a little while, which he earned it. Now, let me get back to entertainment and entrainment. A lot of people were talking about the ALLSTAR and all of this. Listen. People are upset at LeBron James because he waited till the last minute to announce that he wasn't going to play. Remember, entertainment is about keeping you distracted. And if you saw last night, you'll see that the NBA pulled out all the stops to try to keep your attention. They had Saweetie, they had Kevin Hart, they had what's my guy from Tony, Raphael Sadiq. They was trying to keep your attention because remember, the NBA's ratings are down 50%. And we're talking about the games. Again, you saw Draymond Green kind of go off. He was like, this is not how you honor Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was the ultimate competitor. And he was basically saying, this is the worst iteration of the All-Star game that I've ever seen. But you're going to award somebody the Kobe Bryant MVP award, and it's just not, he was like, it's terrible. There's no competitive, nature. And of course, they were trying to do anything. And if you notice, they came back later in the broadcast and low-key addressed Draymond's statement without saying his name. Oh, we're just trying to do something to throw it up against the wall to see what sticks. And we're doing whatever we can to make this entertaining for you. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about the NBA. The NBA got rid of its trenchers.
What do you mean?
Trench players. Kids who came out the bottom. Kids who got it out the mud. The NBA cannot do what the NFL is doing. The NFL is rooted in trenchers. The NFL is softer now only because of the rules. They had to change the rules. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic.
Yeah, for sure.
And imagine if the NFL took on what the NBA has taken on, which is we're only getting players from the son of players, the sons of players, and Europe. Their biggest recruits are coming out of France and coming out of China. That has weakened the NBA. Weakened it. Guys like my son, of course he graduated in 2020, COVID year. They didn't even have workouts. He didn't even walk to get his degree when he graduated because it was COVID. But if you go on that video clip we played and you read the comments, they're all saying, why is he over there?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Playing like that? That's because this all started, like I said, with David Stern. David Stern wanted to reduce the level of black impact. The NBA is like the Major League Baseball. Remember, Major League Baseball was black as hell.
Yeah.
You had Ricky Henderson, Barry Bonds. You had all these. It was like, no. We'd rather get a new Negro from the Dominican, from Mexico, from Belize. We don't want to keep feeding, right, and changing the lives of people that were born here. For what, Zo? Why? Can we be honest about our conditioning? Can we be honest about our conditioning? Are y'all ready? Black people are derivative. I haven't seen an original nigga in a long time. This is why I enjoy Kendrick so much. I haven't seen an original nigga in so long. Someone with an original idea. Someone with an original spirit. Someone with an original vibe. Derivative. Arab. All the women got baby hair. And a swoop.
And a swoop. Man, it's scary.
All the niggas is sagging, got some kind of Gucci belt, got some type of expensive watch. Derivative. When I see the young kids, look at Bronny's girl. all the women that the brothers is dating be some type of Mexican, Blasian mix. And I'm not saying that there aren't some brothers that got bona fide sisters, but it's almost like a template. You're a ball player. Look at Travis Hunter's woman.
What did Cat Williams say?
Cat Williams said it at the beginning of 2024.
They give you this type of person.
Derivative.
Catalog niggas.
Everybody's a carbon copy of somebody they think is successful. I want to shout out my good brother, who I believe to be an original. And I've been around and I studied and I've seen a lot. And I want to shout out Rizza Islam. I sat and broke bread with the good brother Khalid Muhammad at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on Pico.
Damn.
In the 90s. Me and the good brother chopped it up for quite some time. I've seen powerful men and original thinking men. Rizza Islam is one of them. I want to shout that brother out. I've seen original thinkers. I've seen people who are disciplined but get off the beaten track in order to expand their knowledge base. Rizza is one of those brothers. You understand? Let me tell y'all, stop jocking the popular. See, you'll miss a veritable wealth of information because they not popular to you. Because they not hot. Because they not cool. See, cool is going to keep your ass demoted spiritually. If you can only learn from what's cool, you're a prisoner to the moment. You're a prisoner to heat. You're a prisoner to relevance. See, when you deal with real motherfuckers who are true to themselves, true to their artwork, true to their passions, true to their purpose, they transcend relevance. Because relevance deals with the time. Right. See, you could be nigga, Terrence Trent D'Arby was relevant at one point. No disrespect to Terrence. Terrence is like, I was too big at one point. I was scaring the rulers of the music industry. They thought that I was the counter to Prince and Michael Jackson. Nigga, no, you wasn't. You had a couple of records. Them records was cool. They were afraid of me. Then I'm gonna wishing well. Hey, yeah. Okay, nigga. You had a nice little run. You had a couple of records. Oh, they shut me down. No. You're just not as good as them two niggas. Now, you had a couple of records that bubbled up while they were there, but that don't make you as good as them. Head off on a wishing well. Boy, if you don't sit your ass there, you had your run, cousin, and we good. As good as Michael and Prince, knock it off, man.
Yeah, crazy.
Stop. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. We run to the popular. Fuck that. We have to run to the originals. How do you run to the original? You run to yourself. Why are you on planet Earth? What are you here for? What are you supposed to be doing on planet Earth? What is your purpose? And I'm not talking about having kids and what is your purpose? Why are you here? Why did God allow you to incarnate here? It's not to copy the latest baby hair bang. Am I wrong for this? Every person you meet is an extension of God. But if every person I meet reminds me of every person I've met, are you tapping into?
Damn, that's cold.
What the fuck? What are you tapped into? You know, the women like cool water. I'm gonna get the cool water. Have you ever had that light blue? You know, women like light blue. Get your performative goofy ass the fuck on. We're in a civil war right now. The world is changing. LeBron doing goofy shit.
I mean, he's done it before.
Typically, when you're injured, you let people know early. Why? So they could get your replacement. So another guy that has an opportunity, you know, to shine, they will take your spot. LeBron was introduced last night and wasn't playing. He was in dress clothes. The motherfucker walked out and for his 22nd ALLSTAR appearance, but can't play due to injury, LeBron James. So go back to the earlier part of this show when I talked about narcissism. You playing for stats. Just for stats. You already have the greatest career statistically in the history of the NBA. You're not going to win another title unless they just rig it all the way the fuck out, which you're starting to see.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dominique Wilkins came out, said certain shit was rigged. When Dominique Wilkins came out and said, man, David Stern came down and said, we don't want to see Whoop-de-Whoop win the scoring title, so y'all not playing.
Wow.
We want to see David Robinson win.
Wow.
And David Robinson went on. I remember that. He didn't want Shaquille O'Neal to win the scoring title. So David Robinson needed that last game in order to surpass Shaquille. David Robinson wind up scoring like 71 points or some shit.
Huh.
But Dominique and them was told, y'all not going back in the game.
Yeah. Damn.
Do you see? This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all need to be careful of archetypes. Say, what do you mean, Zo? Be careful of archetypes. An archetype is something that is familiar within your psyche. Carl Jung talked about archetypes all the time. Right? This is why we think J. Cole is such a dope MC, but really he's just an archetypal MC. He's like a mixture between Jay-Z and Nas. That's really what he is. But he's not transcendent. You say, well, he's got hit records, but that doesn't make him transcendent. See, this is what makes a motherfucker transcendent. You got white folk talking about Kendrick's performance.
I mean,
You got white folk bothered, triggered.
Mass.
White folk saying, well, god damn, this was the blackest shit, and if you don't like America, then leave. What the fuck? Then you got other white folk going, no, he called us on our shit. Yeah. When you got white folk conversing, and then everybody done bought them little tight-ass bell-bottom jeans.
They doing the sales with the
everybody doing videos, doing that little dance.
The sales is going up.
Everything. Listen, this is why, as a former A&R guy, I'm sitting in a meeting with Freddie Demand. And he says, yo, what's the first thing you listen for? And he said, no, that's not fair. He said, what are the first 5 things you listen for when you're looking for a star? I said, number 1, the voice. The voice has to cut through the tape. He was like, give me an example of the voice. I said, Mike, LL, Run, Marvin Gaye, Stevie, Whitney, Luther. I was like, the voice has to be original and it has to cut through the tape. You can't be a great singer with an average voice. Right. That happens. A motherfucker who can actually really sing but just has a regular voice, right? The voice has to be transcendent. He was like, okay, all right. He said, what else? I said, they have to have an aesthetic. The look has to match the voice. So when you look at somebody like Whitney, she was as fine as her voice was. Yeah. You'd be like, God damn! Whitney was model fine, like, nigga. Yeah. Then she opened her voice on angelic side. What the fuck? The combination is undefeatable. Then I said, then there's something that's intangible. He was like, what's the intangible? I said, you guys call it it factor. Miles Davis, according to white standards, according to European beauty standards, was ugly. Yeah. He's a greasy, black, ugly nigga. Yeah. That's why I be like, fuck European standards. When y'all see the mothers of my children, they are dark women, beautiful women, African features. That's why my children are motherfucking mocha babies. And my youngest son, boy, that boy black as asphalt. I saw him the other day. I said, boy, you look like you from Southern India, nigga. You look Punjabi.
Caught him in the hallway. It was like, oh, shit.
Beautiful. You understand? But understand this. I was like, whoa!
Damn. Okay.
Damn. Thank you, Mr. Supreme Cinema. Yeah, what man. The fuck? Wow.
Love right there. Love right there.
Man, that's love. Everybody, please like that. Everybody in here, like that. Damn. Everybody show love to that brother. Damn.
See you, Michael Hall. Thank you for the 2.
Thank you, Cordaro Davis.
Yeah,
Michael Hall. Wow. It's going down. Where was I at?
Right.
Where was I at? I was saying something. Where was I at?
I don't know, that kind of threw me off a little bit, but
do you guys remember what I was saying? That shit just blew me away.
Getting away from like the cookie cutters, like, you know, you were saying, the 5 aspects of when you're looking for a star. You gave us the first 3, I believe, and you say it was the it factor, but you didn't.
The it factor, and I was talking about Miles.
Yes,
I was talking about Miles. I don't give a damn about European beauty standards, right? Miles Davis walks into a fight. It's Muhammad Ali. The fight got paused for a moment because there was a fucking ruckus as Miles is walking in. Because people are like, what the fuck? It's Miles Davis. That's it factor.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, it factor. There was a magic on Mike where just in the presence of people are falling out. What the fuck? Literally falling out. Fainting. There's a magic. There's an it factor. And I was explaining this to Freddie DeMann about what I look for in artists. When I look at Kendrick, he's not derivative. Who does he sound like? Or are niggas coming out sounding like him?
For sure.
He got that weird ass little voice. He plays with the cadence of his voice. Who does he sound like? Do you see what I'm saying? He's got all of it. Then the fourth thing I look for is writing ability, and the writing must be transcendent, meaning the messaging. When we talk about messaging that is transcendent, you have to go with Prince. You have to go with Stevie Wonder. You know, you have to go with my guy, Marvin Gaye. In terms of, you have to understand something about Marvin Gaye. When he put out What's Going On, you got to understand, Berry Gordy wanted to hold that album back, or actually held that album back for a year or so. The reason why is because before What's Going On, Marvin Gaye was like a black Frank Sinatra. Yeah. He was like a sex symbol. That's what a sex symbol was back then. Right. He was a crooner singing love songs. And Barry was like, man, I don't want you to ruin that.
Switch it up. Yeah.
He was like, I don't want you to ruin that. This album is too revolutionary. And he was like, nah, man, we got to put this out. Do you know Barry held that album for a year? Damn. Held it back. And then when he finally put it out, this shit just blew up. Yeah. Do you see? That's artistry. We're getting back to that. We got to get away from motherfuckers who make music that pacify us. Do you know how easy it is to fuck a bitch and get her pregnant? I said it the way y'all understand it. Right. Do you know how easy it is to fuck a bitch and get her pregnant? It's difficult to be a father. It's difficult to be a mentor. Curtis Mayfield, exactly. Absolutely. It's difficult to be a father and a mentor. We got a motherfucker out here pantomiming the worst aspects of our culture because we co-signed it. At some point, we got to stop and say, when does meaning take center stage again? Meaning has to take center stage. Purpose has to take center stage. The fucking basic, goofy, money, clothes, and hoes and control because I got the resources bullshit gotta end. Everybody's gonna reflect what you haven't worked on. That's what relationship is about. Everybody's gonna reflect what you haven't worked on. Every time you run away from you, you run into you in the form of a relationship. They say relationship is a mirror. Yes. The intrapersonal mirrors the interpersonal and vice versa. The interpersonal mirrors the intrapersonal. Whatever the fuck you running from in you, you're going to run into in another. I keep it real with my sons and my daughter. You want to be a motherfucking actress? Told my daughter this before. I said, you want to be an actress? I said, being an actress is the hoe of Hollywood. She said, what do you mean? I said, they're the most abused and used. You gotta do goofy shit. You're gonna get turned down 10,000 times before you get a yes. They're gonna treat you crazy. I said, you went to one of the most prestigious universities in America here in Los Angeles. I said, go back and take advantage of their department of directing and producing, because that way you can direct and produce and not be subject to them motherfuckers taking advantage of you. I said, because you got a daddy that'll roll up on set. You got a daddy that'll roll up on this motherfucker, man. Anybody can get it. You got one of them kind of daddies. And she knows that. I rolled up at school. I done rolled up several times. Like, what's happening with the fuck shit around my kid? I've always been that way with all my children. So, again, we got to understand, man, we are our own answer. We are our biggest problem, but we are our best solution. And we got to start working together. We got to start unifying. We got to start organizing. You understand? We have to. Because if we don't, look at the world. Look at what's happening in the world. Y'all want to talk about the world? Let's talk about the world. I got a couple more minutes. Let's talk about the world. We talked about LeBron and him missing and not playing and not giving another kid another shot. Who gives a fuck? More distractions. I told my son, nigga, just because you're a ball player, don't lose sight of the fact that you're a fucking entertainer. And I said, you know what an entertainer is? The entertainer is that little monkey on the side of the street dancing to the music. Yep. I said, you see it? Dad, I'm in Turkey right now. They prefer calling the calls for Turkish players. They don't call the calls for Americans. I said, I saw it. I said, but you're performing right now. Mm-hmm. I said, whatever level of success you reach over there, that is not the level of success you reach in here. You determine how successful you are by what you conquer internally, not what you conquer externally. This is just a game, and don't nobody really give a fuck. And after a couple of years or so, they done forgot about you. They got the next new Williams in there. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of this. This is entertainment. Remember, in ancient times, entertainment was for the elite. That's what the Colosseum was about. I said, don't let none of this shit make you think. When I see LeBron James put a crown on his own head, my nigga, you buying into the illusion of greatness. We can say who our greatest is. We could say Kobe is the greatest. We could say Michael Jordan is the greatest. Nigga, it's a game. It's a fucking game. And the moment you are no longer useful to the game, you're discarded. Game over. This is Kendrick. The American game. The same system that builds you up is the same system that discards you. Why do you think our women have been conditioned to participate in passive-aggressive prostitution? They are looking for safety, certainty in an uncertain world. Men don't heal because all men have to do is procure provision. If I provide, I ain't got to work on me internally. You gonna do what the fuck I say because it's hard out there in the streets. Woman drops suit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was just 13. The woman who accused Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of raping her when she was just 13 years old has dropped her lawsuit against both men. This isn't to say that Sean Diddy is innocent or guilty or anything, but I believe there are going to be a lot of cases like this that are going to be thrown out. Is that to say all of the cases are going to be thrown out? I don't think so. However, I don't know. Jay-Z, on the other hand, has been exonerated. It's dismissed, but with prejudice. Now, please understand, when a case is dismissed with prejudice, what that means is they can never go back and retry it. They can never go back and retry it when a case is dismissed with prejudice. When it's dismissed without prejudice, they can always resubmit the case. So that, in effect, means that Jay-Z is off the hook for this particular case. And now he's going to sue the attorney, Tony Busby, over false rape allegations, and he's going to ask for $20 million because of losses. He said it felt like he had a gun to his head this whole time. Now, Tony Busby is being labeled as what is called an ambulance chaser because whenever you have a celebrity as big as Sean Diddy Combs, anybody that is connected to Sean in any type of way can also be contacted by an attorney, and they'll say something like, hey, friends say they saw you at this party and blah, blah, blah. Listen, we can make this ugly, or you can just settle right now.
Right now, make it easy.
This is what happened to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's the biggest motherfucker in the world and has the most powerful recording industry real estate, which is Sony ATV Publishing. Hey, this little kid's parents said you did blah, blah, blah. Mike saying, instead of getting drugged through this process by fighting, because it's going to cause irreparable damage, what are you asking for? Yeah. Oh, we want 20 million. You get 20 million, it go away, but it don't go away. Do you see? Because it's their catch-22. You paid 20 million, so now you look like you're trying to cover or hide something. But then when he actually goes to trial, he gets acquitted of all of the charges. And then the FBI comes out and said, we followed the motherfucker for 10 years, and he has the squeakiest, cleanest motherfucker. Ain't nothing on him. But these type of lawyers, when they associate you with somebody that's in trouble, or somebody comes to them and says you did something, he didn't even do the due diligence to find out all of the facts. It was just Jay-Z was there and they did it, and boom, we got a case. Ambulance chasers. Listen, I'm going to say this, and I really want y'all to think about this. I'm going to say this. You have to be the realest person in a fake world. You can't be a real person if you're following fake people. This goes back to my point earlier. Reveal the truth of you. Zoe ain't been great in all of his relationships. In some of his relationships, he's been absolutely terrible. Lead with your weakness, with your shortcoming. Lead with what's wrong with you. This is why the fucking Super Bowl is such a difficult. Super Bowls are supposed to be your hits. No! I'm leading with what I'm not supposed to lead with. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end mine. Listen, if you guys want to get your orders of He Is Risen, I'm going to the post office tomorrow. I suggest, we got about 25, 30 bottles over here. I suggest you order yours now. I would love for all of you guys to just buy them all out. I will ship them out. But please support Dr. Russell Harrison. I told you guys he's our remaining Dr. Sebi, in my opinion. He's a Dr. Sebi. Somebody said Jay is not Didi. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're both mega celebrities that can be drug, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yo, please support Dr. Russell by getting the He Is Risen from me. They made these ED pills exclusive for me. No headache, no side effects, none of that. Nice. Again, all natural, all herbal. Just go to MrZoWhat.com, order He Is Risen. I will package them up and ship them out tomorrow morning. I usually get to the post office at 10 a.m. Please continue to support. Again, you guys did a great job. We got 17 of 30 super chats, but the one brother, Mr. Supreme Cinema, man, wow, just jumped in here and acted a complete fool. Wow, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And out of damn near 500 people, he only got 58 likes. It should have been at least 200-300 likes. But yeah, 300 over here. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. I want to thank everybody for supporting. Let me make sure I got it. I covered all of the stories. Also, don't be afraid to go to my Cash App, $ZoWhatNetter, and support. We got, let's see, we got Lee Goodwin, Anthony Perry, Leah, Israel, T. Ross, Derek Shelton, Gladney, Sabran, Don Freeman, my brother Reza Islam. Thank you, Reza. Love you, brother. Appreciate you. And keep soldiering, because that's the work you doing. You soldiering. Keep soldiering. We got Willie Johnson. We got Junelson, Gene Lewis. We got Antoine, and we got T. Jinx. Listen, if you guys want to support my Cash App, please go to my Cash App, $ZoWhatNetter. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I appreciate everybody for showing love. Let me see if I got one more topic here. Really quickly, I partnered with a nonprofit in Altadena, Pasadena called Survivors. Survivors, they are on the ground doing some major work in Pasadena. The Eaton fire has left a devastating mark on Altadena and Pasadena, burning over 14,000 acres and destroying over 7,500 structures and forcing more than 100,000 residents to evacuate in the face of such immense destruction. Something powerful has emerged, a united community rallying together to help those in need. When we did our relationship roundtable at Drobe Stogie's, the cigar lounge in Inglewood, we provided, the people who go to that lounge all the time, we provided them an opportunity to support. And they stood up big time. We delivered over $2,000 worth of $50 Visa gift cards. We delivered a whole bunch of toiletries and toothbrushes and all types of stuff. The people came to the round table. The round table was an amazing success. And I just love the fact that I knew my folks from Pasadena. The sister, Michelle White, runs Survivors, and her son, who's in the military up north, we partnered together. I got Taraji P over there. I got a few other people over there to support what was happening. You know, people were calling me. KBLA called me and said, who is a reputable company that we can give money to? KBLA, Tavis and KBLA, they had thousands of dollars to give, but they said, Zo, we need to know, because you from Dina, we need to know who's the reputable group that will get the money directly to families. And I put them in contact with Michelle White at Survivors, and I pulled up on them at 3 locations to see what the operation was. And the operation was nothing but giving. There was lines down the block. And I'm going through old neighborhoods. When I was a youngster, I used to walk the streets of these neighborhoods. I'm going through old neighborhoods and I'm seeing, bam, this shit wrapped around the corner. Me and my homeboy Broadway, and my daughter was with me. We pulled up. Trader Truth was there. You know what I'm saying? People was there handing out stuff. Here you go. Boom. Here you go. Food. I even got caught up for a moment. I got caught up. It was a bunch of little kids on the basketball court. Here I am. I got them lined up shooting shots. All right, we finna do a layup line. Let me, you know, because they fighting over the ball. I said, no. Everybody gonna get a chance to shoot. I'm gonna teach everybody how to shoot. So we gonna first do layups, then we gonna do shots. When you're around that kind of energy, you get put in the vibe of service. And I just want to shout out the Survivors nonprofit organization in Altadena and Pasadena. They are on the ground every day. And the sister said something quite powerful to me. She said, a couple of days after the fire, on every block in Altadena and Pasadena, somebody was giving some stuff away to help anybody who could be helped. She said, but the further we move away from the fire, the further we move away from their memory. And people, it's not as much. It's not as consistent. So I want you guys to support Survivors. I want you guys to support Pasadena, Altadena. I just want to say thank you for everybody who supports me, for everybody who shows up. I'm going to say it again, man. I am not a 100% good person. I try my best to stay locked in on what I need to heal about me. I try my best to stay focused on my own healing. And I try to use what I've learned in my process to inspire others to start their own process. I take this from the great Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti says it all the time. He says the speaker is not important. Either we're doing this together or we're not doing it at all. We got a video that we're going to play that's going to end this show. The video of the downfall, you see it? But this is what I want you guys to understand before I leave, because I'm not coming back. This video is going to play for a few minutes. But this is what I want you guys to understand. As broken and as flawed as we are all we got. We got to stop fucking with people that are half contaminated by the system that never fuck with us. To me, those are scary people. You can't have an allegiance to a broken system that still marginalizes you as a human, that marginalizes your humanity. I fucking saw Captain America. It's written in the narrative. I'm not enough. Oh, I didn't take the super serum. I can't live up to the white Captain America. I'm not enough. No, we are enough. We're more than enough. We're more than them. You trying to tell me Kendrick ain't more than them? And Kendrick said it. They not like us. We got to stop fucking with people that ain't really fucking with us. Our only answer is us. We are our biggest problem, but we are our best solution. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for super chatting. I want to thank everybody for hitting the Cash App. If you haven't hit the Cash App and you feel like you want to, please go to my Cash App. It's $ZoWhatNetter. On that note, we're going to play this clip, and I'll see y'all next week. Deuces.
You're not going there tonight?
You got the clip?
Mm-hmm. About to play.
Well, I think that the useful thing about Trump is that he can package the dismantling of American empire as the building of American empire. That's what he's doing. Because you have to sell to your demographic. And Americans are not the most mature, the most realistic, the most responsible people in the world, the most well-acquainted with history and so forth. So you cannot possibly sell America's necessary downsizing and the managed erosion of America and the hollowing out of America. As you know, we've made a lot of bad choices for a very long time. And we've only ever really made short-term plans for the future. So it turns out that there's a lot of unavoidable, necessary changes that have to be made at your expense. You can't really sell that to the American public. You can't tell the American public that consequences are a thing. That demographic of political consumers simply cannot compute a message like that. Because look, what Trump is going to do, what he is doing, and what he will do, these are all things that were going to happen anyway, with or without him. He's just the one who's selling it to you as a good thing. That's his job. You know, he's like the guy at a company who's designated as the one to deliver the bad news to you that you're going to be let go. And you designate him for that job because he has a way of presenting it to you. He has a way of presenting to you, you being fired as the greatest opportunity of your life, you know? All the new horizons that you're going to be able to pursue and so on. That's Trump. That's Trump's job. You know, America has been stuffing balloons up their sleeves for a very long time and telling everyone that they're muscles. But now even the balloons are deflating. The great American hoax is over. And Trump is there to oversee the dismembering of American empire. The U.S. is going to be isolated. It's going to withdraw. And it's going to be non-competitive globally. And like I said, this is all unavoidable. This would have happened with or without Trump. You've simply come to the end of your life cycle as a hegemonic superpower. And the decay and the decomposition that will follow is just part of the natural process. Trump can't be blamed for that, and he can't be given credit for any of this. But his job is to make you think that none of it's happening, even while it's happening right in front of your face. This is what Trump's main job is. Because look, for example, drill, baby, drill, right? Make America energy self-sufficient, et cetera, et cetera. Fire up all of the dormant oil wells and so forth in West Texas and so on. While simultaneously asking OPEC to lower oil prices, which of course means asking OPEC to increase production. Okay. The way that goes is increase production by OPEC, and if they do it, by the US as well, okay, then the oil price drops, and cheap oil floods the market, out of sync with demand, driving the price down even further. Now the price is too low for it to even be profitable for American producers to drill, to refine, or to extract. Do you understand? American oil producers need for oil to be at a minimum of $40 per barrel for it to even be worth it. For it to even be worth it to drill and extract and refine and so forth. Meanwhile, OPEC can still make a profit at just $10 a barrel. So you understand, America cannot play the oil game with OPEC. OPEC has the capacity to ramp up oil production if they want to, anytime they want to. They can ramp up oil production. They can increase production to a level within just 90 days that America couldn't reach even in 5 years. In other words, OPEC can decimate the American oil and gas sector anytime they want. The only reason they don't do that is because they want to maintain price stability for their own benefit, for their own reasons. They would rather have oil at $70 a barrel or $100 a barrel rather than $10 a barrel. So they choose to allow America to stay in the game. And that's the only reason. But if you're going to ramp up oil production on your end, well, then you better hope that OPEC responds by cutting production on their end just to stabilize the price. Because if they don't, if they respond in kind and they do what you do, and they also ramp up oil production, and then they drive the price of oil down to their minimum profit level, well, that will nuke America's whole oil industry. Plants, drilling sites, refineries, all of that's going to shut down. Tens of thousands of jobs will just disappear overnight. And for every one job in the oil and gas sector, there's at least 2 or 3 jobs that are indirectly related to that. So you were looking at potentially hundreds of thousands of jobs lost by drill, baby, drill. Not to mention, when that happens, no one in the private sector is going to invest in the oil sector anymore. So you see, no more exports to Europe, no more exports anywhere, no more oil exports, energy exports. Meanwhile, you're going to abandon renewable energy, clean energy, and so on. The Green New Scam, as Trump says, he's very much against that. And at the same time, you have the UAE and you have Saudi Arabia investing hundreds of billions of dollars in the U.S. In energy-intensive businesses in the United States. I mean, Trump said it himself. If oil companies drill themselves out of business, I don't give a damn. That's what he said.